Energized show, up the Irish.
Okay, what's going on, guys? And welcome to a brand new episode of Energized, brought to you by Fort Irish Stout. Ross,
are you intoxicated or something?
introduce the guests, man.
Today we have the one and only UFC global superstar. It's Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. He fights at UFC 296 against Tony Ferguson. Paddy, how are you, man?
I'm great. Thank you very much for asking, boys. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, welcome to the show, Paddy. Good to see you, bud.
Great to see you. Great to see you. Tell us this. We might as well start from the top. Tony Ferguson, what was it like when that name was put across you? And when Tony Ferguson was fighting back in the day and you were in Cage Warriors, did you ever look at him as someone you might fight down the line?
No, I never thought I'd end up fighting Tony Ferguson. Like, obviously, you think you're going to end up fighting people that you watch and you look up to, but did never think I'd end up fighting Tony Ferguson, lad. It's a mad one. You know what I mean? For me, he's one of the best lightweights ever, lad. Top 5 lightweights of all time in his prime, lad. And obviously, you must have seen that card that was getting sent about ages ago when people had made a fake fight card up with like McGregor, Chandler, Sean O'Malley versus someone, and it had me versus Tony on. So the amount of times that I got asked, "You fighting Tony Ferguson? You fighting Tony Ferguson?" I was like, "No, lad, no." And then literally a contract comes through with his name on.
Absolutely insane. And like the fight itself, like you hear so many people talk so many different pieces of shit about this fight that like here been like Tony's washed, and then like Paddy's great, Paddy's shy, Tony's great, Tony's shy. Like I've heard everything under the sun for this fight, but like to me, like this is absolutely perfect. The rising budding star against the former champion. Like this is what you want. Like this is the fight that people are gonna talk about, and it's on one of the best cards of the year as well. Like, do you feel like this one's gonna be the one that steals the show? Yeah,
and I hope so as well, because obviously I'm disappointed in my last performance, lad. It was pretty lackluster. When I watched the fight back, it definitely wasn't fight of the night. But you know, you live and you learn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Paddy, you're obviously after being out for a year. What's the last year been like for yourself? Because like people know you for like being Paddy the Fatty, but this time around you're like you look like a different man.
Well, not going to America as much probably helped play a part in that, lad. You know what I mean? Being in America, it's just so easy to put weight on, lad. The amount of shit you can eat and drink, like it's ridiculous. But this year's not been the easiest. Obviously, the first 2 months it was nice. Obviously, I was in Thailand with the missus, and then I went back to America. But then when I come home, I had to get surgery on my ankle. I had to get 3 surgeries in one. I had to get inner ligament reconstruction, outer ligament reconstruction. I had to get my CFL reconstructed. So I couldn't even walk upstairs for the first week, lad. I was sleeping on the couch. Like that, it was a crazy injury and a crazy like rehab. Like for 2 months, I had 2 or 3 months. I had a big boot on and couldn't do much at all. And then just to add insult to injury, I ended up getting infected. And I ended up having to spend 2 nights in hospital. So yeah, it wasn't a nice recovery, lad. Especially when you're sitting in these 4 walls, lad, just thinking about your last performance. Especially because I'm not very proud of it. It was pretty lackluster. That's all I thought about for months. So you're in a bit of a dark place, to be honest.
And yeah, obviously that's going to weigh in on you mentally. What sort of got you through that? Because obviously, you know, going from being active training multiple times a day to then, you know, being couch ridden, how did that affect your mental health?
Oh, it's rough, lad. I swear, because it's funny people call me Paddy the Fatty and stuff like that, but lad, even when I'm a big fat bastard, I'm still in the gym training every day, lad. You know what I mean? I'm still in there training, getting better and getting my teammates better. But when you literally cannot train, it's a killer. And like, I love running as well, lad. I've proper got into me running. So that helps with my mental state. Like, when I have bad news nowadays, I go for a run. And it really does help. Like, it helps clear the mind, get my earphones in. And I only started being able to run about 6 weeks ago again, because the ankles only just got strong enough at that point to start running again. So It was tough, but obviously me personal life, me friends, me family, me wife now got me through it all. You know what I mean? So, like as I say, I had my wedding to look forward to. Luckily enough, I got me boot off just before the wedding,
Yeah.
and then after that, I was back in the gym the start of June, so I could start training again, getting training again, getting fit, losing weight, and as I say, people can call me fat and that, but I think for the wedding I was about 86 kg, 85 kg, something like that. And then, as I say, I haven't went above that. My weight's been dropping down. So call me unprofessional and unprofessional all you want. You can go wankers.
Well, in fairness, I suppose people can say what they want, but like since you've signed to the UFC, there's only been greens and W's next to your name, so like that's all that really matters. So you know what I mean? Like plenty of people sort of get flack, but like as long as you keep on racking up the wins, people can't really say much. One thing I did notice as well is when you maybe first signed to the UFC, when anyone gave you a bit of stick online, there was a bit of clap back from yourself that you'd see you like answering like the most randomest troll on the most randomest post, letting them know what's up. But we don't really see that anymore. Is that like a maturing, Paddy, or is that just you have
I wish
other
I
things
could
to do with your time?
I wish I could still do that, lad. But I can't be signed into my social media anymore, lad. I just have to send people what to put up, you know what I mean? And I have other people do it for me, because Instagram nowadays is mad, lad. You can't call someone a dickhead or say you'll give them a slap, but there's videos on there of women breastfeeding with the tits out. You know what I mean? It's fucking mad.
Yeah, in fairness, I think you were probably the most banned social media UFC fighter there has ever been. And like, in fairness, there are people who are way worse.
Two accounts, one nearly 500k and then one on like 1 million. Both accounts just got disabled. The worst thing about it was, though, the first account that got disabled, I had that since I was like 16, 17, 18. You know what I mean? And all them pictures what were on there, I've lost. They don't even send you all the pictures what you put up, lad. It's a joke. That's why I still want to punch Mark Zuckerberg's head in.
Maybe
Paddy,
someday you can get it.
Paddy, I also want to bring up something that you said in the cage. That was it back in London when you did the big speech about mental health and stuff. That the way that like touched so many people and went around the world and so viral. Like, what sort of feedback did you get off that?
Got crazy amount of feedback off that, know what I mean? I still have people coming up to me to this day. Like, I done a charity night last week for my foundation, and I had about 4 or 5 different men came up to me and said, lad, I was thinking about killing myself, and because you said that, I didn't. And lad, like, people saying that to me, lad, it just makes it like my fighting career doesn't mean nothing, lad. When people come over to me and say I didn't take my own life because of what you said, like, that's bigger than fighting, lad, and that means more to me.
Yeah, look, it definitely touched me. It touched a lot of people around the world. So look, you used a massive platform to do it, and it was just unbelievable, wasn't it, Ross?
Yeah, and like that, I see that like maybe once a month still, like reshared or resurfaces every now and then, and like I think it's great to see, and it's great to see lads sharing it and talking about that thing.
It really does show just how fickle MMA fans are, though, and how toxic our fans are, because I said that in July, everyone loved me, and then when it comes to December and I had a close fight, and after it, because I said, oh no, I thought I won that, you know what I mean, even though I don't judge you, you know what I mean, the fellas sitting cage, I judge you. I had people were commenting on my post, oh, you might as well take your life.
Yeah, that's the thing. I hadn't seen someone be like, literally, it was like you could walk on water and then all of a sudden people want to see you drown.
Lad, absolutely crazy, lad. This, like, the MMA fan base is so toxic, lad. It's crazy.
But I suppose one thing that definitely goes in your favour is you've become a polarising figure. Whether you love Paddy the Baddy or you hate Paddy the Baddy, you're paying to see Paddy the Baddy fight one way or the other. And as long as they're putting their hands in their pocket for Paddy the Baddy, that's the bottom line. Because I suppose you can get caught up in the comments and the stuff that people say online, and obviously it can get to anyone, like we're all human. But I suppose the question is as long as you have that circle around you, does that really matter to
you? No, as you say, as long as you've got your close friends, family, and like me team, me gym, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need anyone else. That's the main thing. But I always say, lad, I appreciate every bit of support I get from every fan. the people who are the real fans, know what I mean? And I just love proving haters wrong, lad. So
Yeah.
it pushes me on even more. Like I watched the video the other night. What was it? Something like 5 fighters that Dana White fucking favours or something along them lines. You know what I mean? And
Is Tony Ferguson on that list?
I just commented on it. What a hater! Know what I mean? And then a day later, I had like 30 replies, and I replied to a few because on YouTube I can reply to people and talk to people. Know what I mean? And then I thought about it. I was like, "What? I'm giving this fella engagements here. What am I doing?" And I just deleted the comments. Thought, yeah, you're not getting no engagements off the back of me, lad, just because you're a little clown trying to get clout off me name.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. Like, you sort of play into these trolls' hands when you do have that interaction with them. And the thing is, I've never actually heard someone say they've met Paddy the Baddy face to face and come away with a negative interaction with them. And anytime we've met you, like, you've always been really sound to us. And like I'm just like, you can't judge someone, I think, until you've met them or at least had multiple conversations with them. Like, I just don't think that's the right way to go about it. And like, I've never had any interaction.
When I see people comment on like my YouTube and stuff like that, saying, "Oh, he's arrogant, he's not humble, he's this," I'm like, "Have you ever met me? Like, he's disrespectful, all that." I'm like, "If you ever actually met me in person, no, you're just going off what you've seen online and what other people have said who've never met me also. Sound, eat shit."
Well, shit. You don't get many people knocking on people's doorbells saying that the dogs are shite outside. That was something that I never expected to go viral.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
Another thing like that video, I can remember I've seen idiots commenting on stuff saying that was staged. And it's like, how can I stage that? Know what I mean? My dog had a shit outside someone's house. Like, how can I stage that? Like, serious, I have seen people saying that was staged. Lad, I swear to God, I can't do right from doing wrong sometimes.
Fair play to you, because if that was me and like I forgot my poo bag, so I'd just be like, right, Scarper.
Oh my God, man.
But Paddy, let's get into UFC 296 because there's a few storylines coming into this fight week. Obviously with yourself, but one that you managed to get caught up in was Leon Edwards and Ian Gary. Do you think this press conference with those two, with Colby Covington, with yourself, with Tony Ferguson, is this going to be one of the press conferences to remember?
Yeah, it probably will, to be fair. It'll probably be, like, as you know, Colby goes off on one anyway, lad.
Yeah.
And he's fighting Leon, but then there's also multiple other welterweights on the card, lad. Shavkat, Wonderboy, Ian, Luque. It's like all the welterweights are probably going to be going at it, aren't they, to be fair?
Yeah. And then throw your quick wit and then Tony Ferguson's unpredictability into the mix, and who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be a mad press conference, like, most definitely.
Yeah, no, the press conference itself, like the fight card itself, is just like, it's an unbelievable card to finish out the year as well. Like, like, this is what fight fans love, Ross, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And Tony Ferguson's after bringing the celebs for this one. I'm sure you've seen him training with David Goggins non-stop. Paddy, will you be bringing a celeb into your camp? Will we see Stephen Gerrard rock up with Paddy the Baddy fight week?
I wish, lad. I wish I had that sort of pull to get Stephen Gerrard or something there, but no one crazy's gonna be in my corner or not stupid like that. Like, I'm gonna have my team in my corner, know what I mean? But you will see Danny Duncan with me fight week.
Nice. And what did you make of David Goggins in there with Ferguson? Do you think that's a bit bizarre, or are you just like, that's typical Tony Ferguson?
I think it's quite stupid. Know what I mean? If there's two things that Tony's never needed help with, it's his mental state, because he's one of the. Look at the armbar Charles had him in. Know what I mean? He didn't tap. That's a nutter right there. And then look at his cardio. He's never had a problem with his cardio. So I don't understand why he done it. Know what I mean? He must be thinking that he's not where he was mentally a couple of years ago. Know what I mean? But it's not. That's not the reason he's losing fights, lad. It's because he's got older and he's lost athleticism and he's not as fast as he once was. And obviously that beatdown off Gage, he changed his whole career. And then getting knocked out by Chandler the way he did, like, his brain's not the same as it once was 3-4 years ago.
Do you think he's after getting David Goggins on the team because he's fighting you, or just because he has a fight coming up?
No, it's not. I don't think it's anything to do with me at all, lad. He's literally just got David Goggins into like refreshes. I don't even know, lad, because doing fucking 9,000 lunges across an NFL field isn't gonna help you in an MMA fight. So like, he probably couldn't train for a week. He probably couldn't train for a week after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Exactly,
definitely. Yeah. Well, I know I couldn't anyway. But tell us this: like, obviously, a win over Tony Ferguson, like by far the biggest name recognition you'll ever have in your career. What will that do for Paddy the Baddy's career, and what will that do for his trajectory in the lightweight division?
I don't even know, you know, because obviously he's lost 6 in a row, but they're all big names. They're all big, very good names, apart from Bobby Green. So, like, I don't know. Like, I really don't. Like, as I've said plenty of times, I see this as a lose-lose fight for me, because if I did lose, people are like, oh, he got beat by a washed Tony. And when I win, people are going to be like, oh, Tony was washed anyway, doesn't matter, all this. Even though I'm still seeing everyone online picking Tony to beat me. You know what I mean? I know for a fact, even when I win, I'm not going to get any credit.
Yeah, I think that does tend to be the narrative, like that. You can speak to 10 different people and they give you 10 different answers on this fight. I personally love it. I think it's unbelievable matchmaking. This is a fight that is really, really compelling. I can't wait to see it. How do you see the fight playing out? Because we've seen loads of different types of Tony Ferguson's. We've seen various different styles of Baddy fight now. How do we see this one play out, Paddy?
I've said it before. I'll say it again, lad. I want a war. I want a war. I want to look like Anthony Pettis after he fought him, and I want him to look worse than Anthony Pettis after he fought him. You know what I mean? I want to scrap, lad. So I'm gonna come in and throw down.
You want him to look like pull that face he did when Michael Chandler landed that kick on him.
Yeah, know what I mean. But I want to finish him in the first round, though. Know what I mean? I want to be the first person to finish in the first, because everyone else has finished him in the second or later, haven't they? So I want to be the first person to finish him in the first. But as I say, Tony's that tough, and it'd be a very good performance if I put him away in the first round. That's all I'm saying. Yeah,
definitely. And like, I feel like if you do put him away in the first round, like, geez, it'd be hard to see you not ranked in the top 15 after a win like that. Is that what you'd be looking for? Like, and then like, where do you see the state of the division? Because it seems to be sort of Islam and Charles at the top, and then like sort of
everyone else
wavy water. Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't see myself getting put in the top 15 after a win against Tony. I'll be perfectly honest. Bobby Green didn't, and Bobby Green beat him before I did. You know what I mean? So I can see me fighting someone like that. Bobby Green, Grant Dawson, you know what I mean? Someone like that to get in the rankings. You know what I mean? That's what I can see after I beat Tony. Like, especially if the big fella Connor's coming back in UFC 300, lad. The missus will be due a couple of weeks after that. So be nice to get another fight in, get another payday in before the twins are due.
Yeah,
no,
obviously
we said off air, but congratulations about that as well, Paddy.
Yeah, twins, congrats. That's class. I won't ask you, genders. We'll leave that to yourselves.
Yeah, I don't even know what minute.
Oh, do you know? Oh, brilliant. Okay.
Two Everton fans.
Paddy, obviously 296 and like a win there, especially first round knockout, would line up UFC 300 lovely, and obviously they want to make UFC 300 massive. No bigger way to have it than have Paddy the Baddy on the card as well. Obviously you touched on Connor's coming back. I know you two have always shown like quite a lot of respect for each other, but then also like early on in your career you've sort of called him out. Is that someone you'd like to fight down the line?
Yeah, I'm glad. I think every single lightweight wants to fight him. You know what I mean? Just like every single lightweight ranked underneath me wants to fight me. You know what I mean? But it's different with me, obviously. You know what I mean? People want to fight me because they think I'm an easy fight. You know what I mean? Especially after my last performance with Connor, like, they want to fight him for that. You know what I mean? Exactly. Cash money, yo.
And do you want to fight him for the challenge or the money or both?
It'd be both, yeah. You know what I mean? It'd be both, just because I've always been compared to him. But as I say, Connor's great. You know what I mean? He makes me laugh so much on Twitter, lad. Oh, well, X, as you call it now, lad. When he's putting them notes and that up, lad, he has me crying my eyes out, lad. Like the Irish, the Jocks and the Scouse are all very similar, lad. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he cracks me up, lad. He's got a very similar sense of humour to us, lad. So he proper tickles us Scousers, lad. We really like him.
Yeah. What's called one way to get the fight with him is if you got Akon to walk you out. 300.
Imagine that. No, but I did see Tony saying, lad. I can remember Tony saying, "Want to beat Patrick? I'll fight McNuggets next." I'm thinking, "Fucking hell, yeah, the winner of me and you is gonna fight McGregor, yeah? Is that the way it is?"
Well, look, like if you want to just talk name recognition in the division, like you guys are up the top. Like I think there's some of those guys in the top 15 who would love to have your fan base and like your name recognition, and like obviously the name Paddy Pimblett, like you put that on something and like it draws eyes to it. So like in terms of name recognition in the lightweight division, like you're up there with the elite, Paddy.
Yeah, of course. That's something I did laugh at the other day. I was thinking, I wonder how many followers I've got compared to most champions, lad. And I think only like 2 or 3 champions have got more followers than me, lad. Know what I mean? I've got more followers than most of the champions. So it says it all.
Yeah, well, like we're obviously huge MMA fans, and then like obviously like you're huge over in Ireland as well. I know across the world, but like in Ireland, people tune in and want to see a fight. So that's why we're all chuffed to have you back on the 16th of December at UFC 296. Paddy, just in the build up to the fight before we let you go, what's the buzz like in Next Gen? Like we're big fans of Team Next Gen.
Lad, it's everything's boss at the minute, lad. Know what I mean? As you know, loads of the lads fought on Cage Warriors a couple of months ago. About a month ago or something, and then Bonner and Jake had their octagon debuts the other day. They both won. So everything's going great, lads. Know what I mean? Molly was on Polaris and was nearly snapping people's arms.
Yeah.
So everything's going great, lad. This has been very cliche. I always say it, but this really has been the best camp of my life, and I think you're going to see that. You're going to see that when I come in and finish Tony Ferguson.
Don't forget Shem won with a first round TKO as well.
That should be a first round TKO. That other fella's a bitch. You know what I mean? I can't believe that. You know, I'd imagine getting kicked at a weigh-in and then saying, "No, I'm not going to fight him." No.
Yeah, but he also showed up to the press conference afterwards, which was quite funny.
It's embarrassing, man. So embarrassing, man. Like, how does he walk around the streets of Czech Republic? You know what I mean? It really is embarrassing. And
just you mentioned obviously Molly there, who's synonymous with yourself and Next Gen. Obviously, she was on a bit of a skid there. That win at Polaris seemed to mean a lot to her. How happy were you to see her to get her hand raised? Because it seemed very emotional for her.
Oh, yeah, it was great, lad. Especially because she walked out and I get knocked down, but I get up again as well. That just made it even better. Know what I mean? And everyone wrote her off in that Polaris as well, to be honest. Everyone thought she was going to get grapple fucked in that, lad. And she, as I say, she nearly snapped the bird's arm, lad.
Yeah, fair play to her. Like, at the end of the day, like, again, like, I think I know when she fought Erin Blanchfield, like, people were saying, well, like, obviously that fight didn't go away, but I remember the build up to that, and I was like, if she wins here, she's in for a title shot, because like yourself, her name carries so much more weight in the women's divisions than anyone else. Like she's easily top 10, if not top 5, like most recognizable, most known female fighters on the UFC roster.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, a lot of people know her and don't know who some of the champions are. You know what I mean? A lot of people know her and won't know who Alexa Grosso is. You know what I mean? But they know who Meatball Molly McCann is. Simple as that.
Yeah,
everyone's favorite meathead.
Yeah, we
she's
have to give
a champion as well, to be fair, lad. Erin Branchfield, she's good here. Like,
yeah,
wow,
she is.
Yeah, very good.
Lad. And people going on like Molly can't grapple, lad. Her grappling is just that good. Erin Branchfield, brilliant, lad. Watching her absolutely smoke women it's a sight to behold.
Yeah, she's definitely one of the elite. That from what I've seen, anyway. I feel like if she fought for the belt now, she very good chance she'd win it. So like,
yeah, she's got a very good chance of winning. She's quality. I really do rate Erin Branchfield so much.
Yeah, same here.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, just before we wrap things up, Paddy, is there anything else you want to say to the people tuning in on the 16th of December to watch you take on Tony Ferguson at UFC 296?
There's not much else I need to say, lad. Everyone's going to tune in anyway. I don't need to tell people to tune in because I'm going to watch, lad. I mean, whether you hate me and you want to see me get knocked out, which doesn't happen, or you love me and you want to see me win. Know what I mean? I'm must-see TV, my friend. So that's why they put me on them pay-per-views.
In the famous words of Cody Garbrandt, sorcerers don't get knocked out.
Lad, he's another
my
cool
God.
dude, you know, lad. I met Cody. I'm made up. He's on the same card as me because I met Cody in the PI last time, and he come over to me and probably shook me hand and said, "Oh, I live in Vegas now. If there's anything you need, let me know." He's such a nice fella, know what I mean? And he gets a bad rap, lad. Cody Garbrandt's a cool
He was always one of my faves. I love Cody
Yeah.
Garbrandt.
He's a
Maybe
proper
I
nice
just
dude, lad.
maybe just fancied him with all those tattoos and that perfect haircut. But like, sure, look, no, he's top bloke. Top bloke. Hopefully, he gets back to his best because he's a contender when he's on form. So
Yeah,
love to see it.
definitely.
Love to see it. But Paddy, thanks a million for joining
Yeah,
us.
Paddy.
Apologies, I was late for those of you watching at home that didn't know. First time I've ever
Typical.
been late. So Paddy, thanks so much for
Yeah,
hanging around for us.
we're all good, lad. We're all good. Don't you worry about that.
Oh, you're an
No, I
absolute
appreciate
legend. For those watching at home, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and as always, stay energized.
Energized show, up the Irish. Been sussing you guys a couple of times. I've seen a couple of clips. I think you done some interviews with Dylan Moran and that I saw. So keep going, keep up the good work, guys.